Good morning and happy 25th of October. It's a Friday, it's a dad day. I've got my old dungies on with my bit of string because I'm going to be doing some painting. I'm hoping to get most of it done today. Yeah, I have had quite a nice morning. I got up, didn't get out my PJs till 10, chilled out a bit and then cleaned the bunny out. Did a few little bits like wipe down the kitchen surfaces, just boring stuff like that. So yeah, now I've just called Dad and I'm ready to go and see him. I finished Devil's Breath, I finished my audiobook and I did really enjoy it actually. Yeah, I will give a bit of an update in my next podcast on my thoughts on it because we are doing a bit of a buddy read and we are going to be getting together to talk about it. So I don't want to say too much on here. But today's read is going to be The Life Impossible by Matt Haig. So I've got that. It's Joanna Lumley narrating, and I love Joanna Lumley. I think she's brilliant. So the only thing is she might make me sort of feel sleepy. She's got a really sort of calm, soothing voice. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, got to go over and see Dad. Got to pop into the pet shop just to get a few snacks for Harvey. And yeah, let's get on with the day.
Are you all right? It was then that she poured her heart out.
Just arrived at Dad's. I got Harvey some flour mix and also some little orchard loops, which are just made up of hay basically with a bit of apple thrown in, but I couldn't resist getting Floss a little treat. So I got Floss an octopus with crinkly legs. How cute is that? So let's go and see what she makes of it. Good morning and happy 26th of October. It is a brand new day and I didn't answer your questions yesterday. I was at Dad's for quite some time, busy painting, and then I came home and then I had to go and do the food shop and yeah, it just got too late. But I'm here this morning and I thought I would hop on and answer some of your questions. I've literally got about 10 minutes before Jack walks in the door and everything happens, so yeah, so I'll just get on with it. Okay, so Tracy Beale asked, "Hi Becky, I always enjoy your vlogs, thank you. Your glasses look lovely on you. What is the brand? I'm looking for a new frame and would love to see if they might suit me." So these ones are from Boots Opticians. I don't know what the brand is. I don't think they are a brand. Doesn't really say anything. There is a number on there, so I will pop that in the description box. So my blue ones are Boots Opticians, and then at the same time I also bought some sunglasses because they often do a kind of buy one get one half price, and because I have varifocals it turns out really expensive, so I think together the frames for both cost me about £400. It's a lot of money, and I always worry that I'm going to break a pair and then I'll be completely lost because I won't be able to drive, I won't be able to read anything. So I got my clear pair and my sort of brown floral pair from Firmu, which is an online site. The first time I've ever used them. They're not as sturdy as these ones, but it's nice to know that I have got spares, and I literally got two pairs for about £100. You have to wait a little while for them to be shipped and everything, but yeah, so I do recommend them as well. Not sponsored, unfortunately. It'd be nice to be sponsored. So Rosemary O'Brien asks, I love what we can see of your home in your videos. Thank you. Is it an older vintage home? I would love it if you did a little house tour. It is quite an old home. So this is an old council property, and it was built just after the First World War for people to set up home after that. So yeah, it is over 100 years old. But thank you. Yvonne8904 says, it's always good to see you. How was your growing season at your allotment? And do you have to bathe your Harvey? Have a great weekend. Growing season wasn't as good as last year at the allotment, and I think we had so much rain in the spring. Some of the prep work wasn't done, so I wasn't really on top of it. But we grew potatoes, we grew salad, courgettes, tomatoes, strawberries, all those things. So it wasn't bad, but it wasn't as productive as it could have been, and I'm very aware of that. The other part of your question was, do you have to bathe Harvey? No, you shouldn't actually bath rabbits at all. They shouldn't get wet because they find it really hard to regulate the temperature. So I find it really upsetting when you see sort of like videos of rabbits swimming and things like that. I mean, they will do that if they have to, but it's not good for them and it will shock them. And I've just realised I've still got paint on me. I have showered this morning. Anyway, yeah, so no, I don't have to bathe him. He's like a cat. So yeah, they just wash themselves. Right, we've got Heather9328. Lovely to see you back vlogging again. Thank you. Please, what is the pattern of your blue sleeveless slipover you are wearing in day 9? I'm assuming you knitted it rather than shop bought, of course. Yes, that was the Lana vest by Irene Lynn. My Ravelry page is down below. I don't think I've put a photograph up, but I have got a project page for it. But yeah, it's the Lana vest. Penny Spearing, lovely to see you and your dad. That yarn shop looks amazing. Can you tell me the pattern name for the striped sweater you were wearing? Thank you, Becky. Yes, it was the Tolster. I just made it with sleeves. So it's the Tolster tee by Rebecca Clue or Rebecca Clow. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's this one. Yeah, I've shown it a few times now, but yeah, it's the Tolster. And thank you. I love this sweater. Marjorie Ross says, what a lovely yarn shop. Was that the Sophie scarf around the blue sweater? I can but haven't done for a long while as I have never put anything together. My mum or aunts always did it for me. Oh, I think you mean you haven't done knitting for a long time. But they are no longer with me. Oh, I have been told that I am a lovely knitter. I thought the Sophie scarf might be a good starting point. Knitting is so relaxing. It is relaxing, isn't it? I don't know if it was the Sophie scarf. There was so much loveliness going on that I have no clue whether or not it was the Sophie scarf. I was very distracted by all the yarn. But I have been told that it's a very simple pattern. So yeah, so I would just go for it. And there's lots of YouTube videos and things. So yeah, I'd like to make a Sophie scarf at some point. I've just got so many other things, so many things that I want to do that, yeah, I'm never going to get around to doing them all. Helen YL4CW says, could you use Harvey's fur to spin? I know that Kim of Fleece and Harmony combs her rabbits and uses the fur. No, I can't, because he's not an Angora. So you can do it with Angora rabbit fur, but Harvey's, the staple length of the hair is too short, so it's no use for anything, unfortunately. But having an Angora rabbit is a lot of work, sort of grooming wise and everything, so I'm not jealous. Claire Simpson of 5527 says, hello, I wondered what the stripy jumper was in the second part of this vlog. It's the Tolster. And did you knit it? Yes, I did. Thank you very much. JH Hargreaves says, you were sent here by Ali. Thank you for coming over and checking me out. I was sent here from Ali and I'm so glad she did. Oh, thank you. I'm really enjoying your Vlogtober and getting to know you. Can you please tell me the name of the striped sweater you were wearing when you showed us your garden centre buys? I also think I've seen you wearing a dark blue cabled slip over top, and would like the name of this pattern as well, please. Yeah, so the blue one was the Lana vest and the Tolster. Linda Stone, hi Linda. Thank you, Becky, for another lovely vlog. Have you ever thought of blending Harvey's combings with some merino or similar and spinning it up? Yeah, there's no point. The trouble is because the staple length is so short, I have got my fleece combs, but it wouldn't do anything. It would just fluff up. So yeah, unfortunately, no. There's a Tumid Ajski 5219. Just wondering about the electric situation. Are you on rations? Very different than Canada. If your room was here, you'd be lit up like a Christmas tree. I think you're talking about the fact that I kept going on about how dark it was. The thing is it's darker in here than it is often in the camera. But it's not dark enough to really have lights on. So, you know, why put the lighting on when you can have natural light? Rosemary O'Brien also asked about can I spin Harvey's fibre? Elaine Enstone says the allotment looks so peaceful. What do you make with your green tomatoes? The new colour wheel works well for progression. Oh, you're talking about my cow as well. Yes, I think it will work really well. I haven't done anything on it actually for a few days. Harvey did forgive me as well, so you asked that. What do I make with my green tomatoes? I don't, but I do give them to another allotment holder who makes green tomato chutney. I'm not a big chutney fan, so you know, we tend not to eat that. Mo Cumnitz says, lovely to see your dad. Oh, it's all the dad love again. Honestly, he loves reading all your comments as well. He looks so healthy and happy. You can definitely tell he's lost a lot of weight. Well done. Oh, could you maybe convince Leon and Jack to play a tune for the vlog? I'd love to hear them play. With work and everything, it's really hard to get them together to do anything like that. However, during lockdown, they did post lots of videos on YouTube live for people to join in with some sessions. So what I will do is I will put a link to one of those down below, and then you can listen for hours and hours till your heart's content. BJ Baltooth, I'm really sorry, I'm really rubbish at reading these names. They're not easy. You ask, that is a beautiful colour of red. Oh, my Even Dude cardigan. I'm really pleased. I've just finished the first sleeve. And I'm looking forward to seeing the finished sweater. Harvey is really sweet to watch. He gets good height on those jumps. Thank you. Where did you get the steamer and the brand? It was just off Amazon. It was just this handheld steamer. I don't know what the brand is. There's nothing on it. So I really don't know. It was just cheap. I think it was about £17, something like that. So yeah, sorry. Shirley Flavel 5705 says, beautiful red colour cardigan, love it. Gorgeous yarn acquisition. Oh, that mohair delectable. Were you searching the words perhaps beauty spa shop? Harvey is so happy outside, the wee furry friend. That's when I was talking about, yeah, Superdrug. I still don't know what you call it, because a chemist is somewhere where you get like prescription medication, but would it be a beauty spa shop? I don't know what we would call it. I still don't know. Becky Yan 8502 says, I'm curious, what was the first garment you knitted besides a hat, scarf or shawl? So my mum taught me to knit when I was very young. I was probably about 10, something like that. And I knitted the sort of squares and things like that. But my first thing that I remember making was a tea cosy, and it was made out of acrylic yarn. I think it was DK, although it felt like 4-ply, and it was navy blue and pastel pink, interesting combo, and it was striped. And I remember that the navy blue was in garter stitch, and the pale pink was in stockinette, and I did a pom-pom for the top, and my mum used that tea cosy for a long time afterwards, and I was so proud of it. It had no hole for the spout or anything, it was like a big hat. But that was the first thing that I remember completing. Sharon Kesky says, I love Harvey's little hops as he runs. Does he come when called? Yes, for the most part. If he thinks there's something in it for him, if he thinks there's a treat, he'll come, or if he thinks there's a stroke in it, he'll come. Everyday Joey de Vivre says, Becky, your vlog is the best. Your creative shares, windows into your daily life, and of course Harvey, are heartwarming, and I look forward to them 2 years running now. Love from across the pond. P.S. Where did you learn to garden? You inspire me to learn. I don't really know. When we got this house, I really wanted a garden. My mum was a gardener, and I remember in our sort of childhood home, initially when we first moved in, our garden was like an allotment. We grew our own vegetables and things like that. So probably my mum really enjoyed her garden. She loved gardening. And I think when I got this house and I had a garden for the first time, because in our first property we didn't have a garden. We lived in a flat. So I was so keen to learn, and I just kind of, just used books and just chucked it in the ground and just saw what happened, really. Brenda Morrison 8671 says, the hydrangea is so beautiful, thank you. Do you know what kind it is? I also love your jumper. I have had it in my favourites from an episode you did ages ago. Thanks for the inspiration. Oh, thank you. No, the hydrangea was a couple of doors up. Our neighbour, she had a cutting of one of her hydrangeas and she gave it to me. I don't know what type it is, but it just loves it where it is, and it grows massive every year. Every year I cut it right back and it just keeps coming back. Jennifer Cluenda 9936 asks, what do you do with your flowers after they are dried? I'm actually giving them to a friend who asked me for them. So yeah, the honesty, I just love around the house. The lavender I will use in sachets and things like that, but it will stay up there for quite a long time before I get around to that. And the hydrangeas, yeah, they're for a friend. Right, I'm going to do one more because, yeah, I've got to get on with the day. Maple Girl 08 says, oh my goodness, just watching, and then I heard you say Maple Girl and asked something, and I thought, who else was that name? Then I thought, wait, that's me, thank you, and I love your overalls and matching Mary Jane's. So that was your question. It was you. Oh, let's just ask another one. Okay. Jane Copeland 2306 says, your socks are just lovely. Thank you. What is the pattern of the jumper you were folding? That was the Bernie sweater. Again, it's on my Ravelry page, so I will link that down below. And your knit depiller, would you tell us about it? I have an awful one I don't even like to use on my knits. Thanks so much. Hold on, I'll grab it. There it is. So, make sure I'm in focus. Sorry about the curls today. I've got out of the shower and haven't really done anything. So this is a gleaner. There you go. And this end is like a lint collector. Looks like some Harvey fur on there. And this side is the depiller, and you literally just rub it across your knits. I used to have a battery operated one, but actually it wasn't very good, whereas this one is much better. And you do get different heads for different fabrics. Excuse the rustling. So yeah, so you get some different ones as well. Yeah, but it's just a gleaner. It works really well. So it's never harmed my knits. Right, I am going to leave it there for the moment. So I will answer some more questions at another time, but I've really got to get on with the day. I'm going to finish my tea, and I've got to get up to Baker's, get some bread. So today I'm going to be doing chores because my nephew, I think, is coming to stay with us tomorrow. I don't know what time he's arriving. So I've got to do some chores, get ready for his arrival, and probably bake a chocolate cake as well. So that's my day. I hope you're having a lovely day too, and I'll catch up with you later.